Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new series that I'm going to be dubbing The History of GTA Online, where we cover all the DLCs, updates, fixes, and generally everything that has happened over the years in GTA Online since its release in 2013 all the way up to now. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the trip that I'm about to take you on. There's a lot to cover in this series, so naturally all the history would simply not be able to fit in just one video. In this first episode of the history of GTA Online, we're going to begin with the bare original release, all the way up to the I'm Not a Hipster update. So let's begin, shall we? On the 1st of October 2013, 2 weeks after the base game was launched, GTA Online was made available to the public for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 with a very bare-bone feature set. A map to explore, some properties, some cars to buy, some basic missions, races, death matches, and challenges to complete. The vanilla original GTA Online experience would be considered a little basic by today's standards, but at the time GTA Online was a totally new thing and people ate it up. It was a massive success for Rockstar and people generally enjoyed it, despite the insane loading times of both the poor netcode and the low-end hardware that people were playing with at the time. Of course, the next generation of consoles was just around the corner, making everyone wonder what Rockstar was thinking releasing the game on previous generation hardware instead of waiting for newer consoles, but we ultimately found the answer to that question in due time. With any new open world game, glitches can be found here, there, and everywhere, and GTA Online was no exception. Car duplications, money glitches, illegitimate vehicle storage were just some of the many glitches that were rampant in GTA Online, and on November the 19th, 2013, the Beach Bum update was released. With it came a couple of new weapons in the form of the Broken Bottle, the SNS pistol, some cars, a boat, one that's still the fastest in the game I must add, some clothing items, as well as some tweaks and fixes to better balance the game. They made changes to the prices of how much it costs for Lester to remove wanted levels, and how much to call in Pegasus vehicles. Some mission instances were fixed, including a rather notorious race in the form of Down the Drain. Before, this course would have been littered with cardboard boxes, which normally serve as a level of added detail to the dank and dirty city of Los Santos, but in a race where supercars are travelling near their top speed, having cardboard boxes in the way resulted in a lot of legitimate races being ruined by players crashing into them, spinning out and losing the race. Players complained, and Rockstar fixed the issue. Rockstar also fixed an issue where players could store vehicles that were normally not allowed to be stored in their garage, such as Rhino tanks. Looking back now, where today we have all these new weapons, vehicles, businesses, orbital cannons, the Beach Bum update in comparison is incredibly small, but for the first update within months of release, people welcomed these new additions to the game, and of course players would be wondering what would come next. On December 2013, Rockstar Games introduced some minor updates to the game, including a very well received content creator update, which allowed people to create their own races, death matches, and more, and publish them for the world to see, as well as the capture update released on the 10th and 18th respectively. Holiday gifts were added to GTA Online, allowing players to experience snow in the world of GTA 5 outside of North Yankton. The snowfall occurred on the 25th of December and lasted for approximately 48 hours. Alongside this, some new Christmas clothing such as Santa hats, elf jackets among other stuff were temporarily made available for players to use absolutely free in their wardrobe. Discounts for some things were available such as luxury sedans, weapons, winter clothing, vehicle musical horns, among other things. Rockstar also added the Whale Shark card containing 3.5 million for the price of $50 US. Originally the game released with only the Red, Tiger and the Bull Shark cards for players to buy. As the new year passed by, 2014 was the year that GTA Online would really start getting some worthwhile updates. each with a plethora of new vehicles, weapons, properties, clothes, and tons more. On February 10th, 2014, players were introduced to a Valentine's Massacre special update, which was actually an even smaller content addition than Beach Bum, adding the Gusenberg Sweeper machine gun, the Albany Roosevelt car, as well as a few vintage-style clothing items for people to buy. Though the update didn't offer that much in terms of new stuff for players to buy, it did however add some new jobs to the game in the form of some Valentine-themed jobs. Among these were Heartbreaker, a bike race on a heart-shaped track, Shotgun Wedding, a shotgun-only team deathmatch around the Paleto Bay Church, Property Values, a deathmatch on the cul-de-sac in Mirror Park, among others. March 4th, the business update. Interestingly, this update had a different name before finalization, previously being called the Dangerous Business Pack as seen in a Newswire post. The heavy pistol and the special carbine were released along with 3 new cars, the Vesra, a 2-seater jet, some new clothing items, as well as some major bug fixes in the game. Before this update was released, there was a bug that allowed one to sell off their cars while actually keeping the car to sell again and again. This patch fix was necessary as also before this update, there was a cap payout of just $10,000 per each car sold, and if this wasn't fixed, then players would have been able to obtain a large amount of money by doing this glitch. 2 months passed and then we got the High Life update on the 12th of May 2014, which gave players the bullpup rifle, a new bike, a new supercar, which at the time would have been the new king of supercars due to a combination of very good handling and top speed, a new sports car, and a new SUV. Alongside this, players also got a ton of new contact missions and jobs to do, but for those who were willing to do the jobs, get money and buy a lot of cars, they were in luck, as players were also granted the ability to buy more than one property. Yes, there was once a time where you could only have one property in GTA Online. This gave more reason for players to dish out real life cash on a Megalodon shark card, which was also released 2 months earlier. It would contain $8 million for the price of just $100 US. The mental state gameplay mechanic was also introduced to the game, allowing more casual players to be rewarded an RP for taking out players who had previously been on a mass murder rampage, as well as destroying other players' cars. Come June 17th, players were introduced to the I'm Not a Hipster update, which included a variety of underperforming yet interesting cars, the most notable one being the Benefactor Dubster 6x6, which at the time could have only been purchased by players who had achieved a rank of 100 or higher. Also unlocked at rank 100 was gold paint for vehicles. These too required a player to be rank 100 or higher. Along with some extra vehicles, players could also buy the antique cavalry dagger and the vintage pistol. Alongside these add-ons was the ability to buy a plethora of customization options, including a new tint black for windows, new tattoos, t-shirts, beards, and more, as well as a bunch of minor bugs that were fixed, such as vehicles at one point being 2-wheel drive when they were supposed to be 4-wheel drive, as well as a few bugs with personal vehicles and insurance, and being blown up by other players. So this concludes the first part of the history of GTA Online. On the most part, updates within the time period of this episode were all mainly just minor things that players could buy, as well as some fresh new missions that groups of friends could take on as a team, and then use their hard-earned money to buy new flashy stuff. But in the next episode of the history of GTA Online, we'll be taking a look at updates that really made GTA Online take off, like the much anticipated Heists update, the beginning of businesses, as well as the birth of the channel that you are watching right now.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another Bored Ass Gamer with me, Rocket, and today I'm joined with Macca502. Go away. Ah!
Yes, lamppost.
Oh, no.
Of course, I simply didn't have enough time to talk about absolutely everything that happened or has been added in this time frame, so it would be interesting to see what you viewers have to share. Did any of you guys play GTA Online in 2013 and early 2014? Make sure to share your experiences with us, and if not already done so, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content coming to you very soon. Thanks for watching.